Before discussing what a hash is in cryptocurrencies, it is important to understand the concept of a hash in computing. In simple terms, a hash is a function that converts an input of letters and numbers into an output of a fixed length. The hashing process is deterministic, meaning that the same input will always produce the same output. However, even a small change in the input will produce a drastically different output. This is one of the reasons why hash functions are used in cryptography. In cryptocurrencies, hashing is a fundamental part of the mining process. Mining is the process by which transactions are verified and added to the public blockchain, which is essentially a record of all cryptocurrency transactions. The mining process involves solving a computationally difficult puzzle that requires generating a hash that meets certain criteria. Once a miner finds a valid hash, the transaction is added to the blockchain and the miner is rewarded with a certain amount of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency hashing plays a crucial role in maintaining the integrity and security of the blockchain. Each block on the blockchain contains a hash of the previous block, creating a chain of blocks. If an attacker tried to change a transaction in a block, he would have to change the hash of that block. However, since each block's hash is included in the next block, changing one block would require changing all subsequent blocks in the chain. This makes the blockchain extremely resistant to attacks and fraud. Now, you might be wondering how exactly a hash is generated in cryptocurrencies. The process starts with data entry, which can include transaction information such as the sender, recipient, and amount of cryptocurrency transferred. This data is then processed by a hash function, which generates a fixed-length string of characters. In Bitcoin, for example, the SHA-256 hash function is used, which produces a string of 64 characters. As mentioned earlier, generating a valid hash is a computationally intensive process. This is because the only way to generate a hash that meets the necessary criteria is through trial and error, otherwise known as brute force. This involves repeatedly generating hashes with small changes to the input until a valid hash is found. The difficulty of this puzzle is automatically adjusted by the system to ensure that a new block is added to the blockchain approximately every 10 minutes. In summary, cryptocurrency hashing is a fundamental part of the mining process and plays a crucial role in maintaining the security and integrity of the blockchain. While the process of generating a hash is computationally intensive, it is essential to ensure that the cryptocurrency network remains secure and resistant to attacks. It is important to note that while the hash function is an essential part of the cryptocurrency system, it is only one part of a much more complex system that includes public key cryptography, peer-to-peer networks, and consensus protocols. Each of these elements contributes to the security, efficiency, and decentralization of cryptocurrencies.